After the final whistle, when the stadium goes quiet and the result is impossible to ignore, the most honest moments begin. Leeds United endured a very difficult night, suffering a heavy 4-0 defeat against Arsenal. From the first minute to the last, it was a match that raised many questions and left plenty of frustration on the pitch. What went wrong for Leeds? How did the players feel after conceding 4 goals against one of the strongest teams in the league? And what explanations did they give in the moments immediately after the match? In this video, we bring you the full post-match reactions from inside the Leeds United camp. Honest words, raw emotions, and clear reflections from the players after a painful loss at the Emirates Stadium. Stay with us and listen carefully to what the Leeds players had to say.
I'm sure you were expecting a really difficult game against Arsenal. That's exactly what you got, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we were always expecting it to be a tough game. They're top of they're top of the league for a reason. So it was always going to be a difficult game. We just try to be out there, perform the best way we can. Unfortunately, they were too good today.
When they got that first goal, was that the point at which they were able to sort of step it up and take control? Was that the important goal in the game?
I feel like it gives momentum. It always brings a little bit of a shift into the game, of course. Before that, I feel like we also had moments where we should have done better, at least create a little bit more. And then if you see from set pieces, if we are trying to get a goal, for example, then momentum can change as well. So it was a little bit difficult.
And there was that period in the second half at 2-0. The next goal at that point was crucial because the fans gave good support, didn't they? At that point, they thought they could see something in there, perhaps, for Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to speak about the fans. They're always great. Like even when we are losing at the moment, they give us great support. And it was just at the 2-0 where I feel like we were pushing a lot. We had our chances. We were, at least a little bit dominant in the first half of the second half. But yeah, then that third goal shifted momentum again.
I mean, you've played a very good side there, aren't they? They're the best side I've seen this Premier League season.
Yeah, I mean, they're at the top of the. Like I said before, it was always going to be a difficult game. They have a lot of quality. If you see what they bring on, as in players-wise, it was always going to be tough.
Carl Darlow, of course I'm disappointed. That's the first feeling after a night like this. When you prepare all week, when you come into the match believing you can compete, and the result goes against you, it's normal to feel that frustration. But if I look at the game honestly, the main problem today was that we struggled badly to find attacking solutions. No matter what we tried, changing positions, moving the ball quicker, using different passing lanes, they always seemed to have an answer. They closed the spaces, anticipated our moves, and made it extremely difficult for us to build any real momentum going forward. The moment we conceded the second goal, especially coming from a second phase of a corner, it was a real blow. Those are the situations that hurt the most because they come from small details. At this level, one lapse in concentration can change the entire game. And that goal made the task much harder for us. We knew from the beginning that it was going to be a very tough match. Facing a team of that quality, you're always aware that you have to be close to perfect. In the second half, we tried to react. We tried to be more aggressive, to push higher, to show a response. But in doing that, we also exposed ourselves. We ended up sacrificing a lot, both physically and tactically. Against a side with their technical level and composure, those sacrifices often come at a cost. They punished us, and that's something we have to accept. In the end, their quality was simply better than ours on the day. That doesn't mean we stop believing in ourselves or in what we're building, but it does mean we have to be honest about the performance. There's no bitterness, no resentment. We take the lesson, we learn from it, and we move forward together. Ethan Ampadu. Especially over the last couple of months, I think we've managed to build some really good momentum as a team, the captain said after the final whistle. We've had a series of strong performances, and that naturally gives you confidence. The kind of confidence you should have when you know you're doing things the right way. Even with what happened today, that belief hasn't disappeared. We still trust each other completely in the dressing room. One result doesn't change the work we've put in or the progress we've made together. Of course, we need to be honest and learn from this game. When you play against top teams, you have to recognize the level of quality they possess. They punish mistakes, they control moments, and that's something we can take lessons from. But for us, the key now is to move on quickly. We have a very important match coming up on Friday, and that's where our focus has to be. We reflect, we analyze what went wrong and what we can improve, and we try to turn every experience, good or bad, into something positive for the next game. Over the course of the season, there will always be ups and downs. That's not just true for us, but for every team in the league. What really matters is how you respond to those moments. We're full of determination. We have real grit in this squad, and we fully believe that we can achieve what we've set out to do. We're confident in our path, and we'll keep pushing forward together.
Well, Daniel, you knew you were playing against a good quality side today, top quality side today. They actually showed that, didn't they?
Yes, today Arsenal deserved to win all 3 points. They were the better side, and there's no secret behind it. So we struggled today to create chances and to threaten them. They always had the answer, defensive-wise and offensive-wise. They showed their quality. They fully deserved to win this game.
There was a period in the second half. Did you feel that there was maybe something in it for Leeds at the point, 15 minutes, 20 minutes into that second half, till the third goal went in, basically?
Yes, also in the first half, I think out of the game we didn't allow them chances anyhow. We allowed perhaps a few too many set pieces, and instantly we've defended the set piece as well. But also if you clear the corner and then out of a second phase they create a crossing situation where then shifted too far to the first post, allowed an easy goal, and the second corner was then, I haven't watched it back, but seems to be our own goal without an Arsenal player as close. Of course, if you concede 2 goals like this, it's always difficult against Arsenal. We tried a lot in the second half, changed the base formation, took more risk, brought more offensive thinking players on the pitch. But although we had a really good spell when we threatened them, we didn't really create many chances. And on the other hand, one death you have to die. Then you opened also a bit more the gaps for their counterattacks, and they showed then what they can do also out of the game when they have a bit more space, like the goals from Gyökeres and Jesus. So for that, yes, they were the better side today, and of course, we're disappointed we didn't take anything out of this game, but it's definitely also not a game where we dwell on that.
Yes, seasons aren't defined on games against Arsenal, are they? They're defined on other fixtures.
Yes, you always hope, even against the big names, that you have an outstanding, perfect day, and perhaps that the opponent is not that much on it on a day like this. And if this comes together, then even against the big names, you can have draws or wins. We have proven this. But I didn't expect that we would be there with points in each every game against the big names. Otherwise, we would already ready to fight for Europe. So on a day like this, you have to accept this. And again, it's also not a game that you have to overinterpret. Of course, disappointed with 1 or 2 situations. We are definitely that we didn't have the perfect day. But apart from this, we'll move on pretty quickly.
These were the reactions, the emotions, and the words from the Leeds United players after a tough 4-0 defeat against Arsenal. Nights like this are never easy, but they often reveal character, responsibility, and the desire to respond in the next challenge. Football is about learning, rebuilding, and coming back stronger, and now all eyes will be on how Leeds reacts after such a difficult result. If you enjoyed hearing these post-match reactions and want more content like this, straight from the players in the dressing room, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.